All right, so I have my 2 pieces now. Okay, they all have their tape on there, and then we need to miter the corners, just like we did before. Okay, so even though this one isn't going to be folded under or meet, what happens is if we don't trim that off, see how that's going to show, and we don't want that to show. So we'll just cut it down a little bit more. Okay. So then when it folds under, it's not going to show. Let's see if I trim these enough. No, not quite. Okay. Get rid of all my little pieces here. Okay. So we're going to set one aside and see how this makes a nice little pocket. Mitered corners. Okay. All right. So it says we need to adhere one corner pocket to the back page, the back of page 1 in lower left corner. Okay. So this is the page 1. This is the back side. So we're going to adhere this right here in the corner. Okay. Now, like I said, I would mat this first, and I think that's what I'm going to do because it's going to be very difficult to try to mat this and cut that and all of that. So what I'm going to do is get a paper clip, if I can grab one here. All right, as you know, my chair broke, so I am in a table or breakfast nook, one of those chairs, and I can't spin around. Very difficult. All right, so what I'm going to do is, be all thumbs here, I'm just going to paper clip that on there, okay? Because I'm going to mat this first. Because you can see if this was glued down, you wouldn't have a hard time matting this, but trying to mat this and then cut the angle here, just not going to happen. Okay, same way here, this won't be near as bad because it's just going to be a straight cut. But we're going to pretend that we did that. We're going to mat it first. All right, so now the next step is locate the 8 by 5 1/4 piece that has scores on 3 sides. Trim the bottom 2 corners, fold under, and adhere of all 3 flaps to create a pocket. Adhere the pocket to the inside center panel flush with the bottom edge. Okay. So we have everything opened up. This is the very inside. So let me find this one, which is right here. Okay, it's scored on all 3 sides. So we're going to adhere it right here in the middle for a big pocket. All right. So let me put tape on all the sides and miter the corners. And this may be another one of those. No, I think we're okay. It'll be a straight cut as far as a mat. Okay. Let me tape this up. Okay, so I have tape on all 3 corners, or 3 sides. I've mitered my corners, and I even miter the ones up here. I just think it looks nicer, and it's easier to slide things in my opinion. All right, and I know it's kind of difficult to see this white on white, but we're going to line this up. Make sure it's centered in between those score marks. Okay. And make sure we're still where we need to be. Okay. And then my bottom piece. And my other side. And just work it down. Okay. So now we have this, and here's a big pocket here. Okay, and that's what I was talking about. You think that this paper isn't very sturdy. I mean, it is, it's okay, but when you start layering it up, so here's 2 layers, here's 3 layers, and then here's 1, 2, 3 layers here. So yeah, it does. It starts adding up. And then when you put all your mats on, it's really going to make it hefty. Okay, let's see what the next part says. So we did the pocket. Let's see, that was 11, 12. Okay. All right, locate the 4 pieces that are 5.5 by 4. Okay, we don't have a lot left here. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so this is going to be a waterfall. So here again, we're going to tape this up. And remember when it's scored, okay, there's an indented part and then the bumpy part. Okay, you're going to fold towards the bumpy part. Okay, always. So what we're going to do on this is we're going to create a waterfall on this pocket that we just made. Okay, so we're going to tape these up and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to start on one side, okay, which that'll be folded under, and then we're just going to butt one up against the other, okay, and it should come out even on both sides. Okay, so let me tape these up. Let's see, is there anything else? Adhere one to the center pocket, yeah, flush with the bottom left side. Bottom left side. Fold in the square, and then adhere the next one. So yep, so what we're going to do is butt it up. Okay, so it's going to be like this. And then when you open it, this next one will be butted right up against that one. Okay, and then when you open that one, the next one will be butted up against that one. Okay, so you'll have a 1/2 inch between each one of them. Okay, all right, let me tape these up, and I'm going to go ahead and put these in here, and then I will be back. All right, well, I lied a little bit. Okay, so you have your waterfall that's going to go right here on the inside of this pocket, or the inside of the back cover on top of this pocket. Okay, well, if I put these down, I'm not going to be able to mat this correctly. So I'm going to mat it first, decorate it first, and then add these and decorate these, okay? I hope it's not too confusing, but there's just no way to put a pretty piece of paper on here when you have these all lined up, okay? So I'm going to put those right there because I'm going to decorate that first. Okay, now the instructions say to add, remember we had this corner pocket over here? Well, we're going to do the same thing to this side. We're going to add that corner pocket here. And remember, I can't mat it until, I need to mat it first and then add my pocket. So that's why we paper clipped this side. We're going to do the same thing here. Okay. And then remember we had this big pocket on the outside. Okay. We have a pocket. Same thing over here. Okay. Then, excuse me, I'm going to mat all of this first. It does show there's another piece that we're going to make a pocket for right here. Okay, so we have this one piece that we're going to fold under and under. I already mitered my corners. And that little cute little pocket's going to fit right here. Okay, again, I need to mat what's behind it first. Then there is this little piece, okay, that has just the 2 sides that are scored that are going to be folded back. And this is actually going to be a second pocket, okay, which it can't fit down in there to be, kind of a stair step pockets there. So what we're going to have to do is cut it here and here, so then it will slide down into this one. Okay, and so that way you'll have a double pocket. Right now you can't because they're the same size. Okay, you've got to taper it on both sides and then slide it down so far, and then you'll have a double pocket over here. Okay, again, I need to mat everything first. Then our last piece is this right here that has the score at the top, a little flap. This is going to go right here and cover those up. Okay, you'll have a little flap there. Again, I need to mat this first before I put this down because it won't work. Just believe me, it won't work. All right, well, I hope that's not too confusing. That's the only drawback on this. Like I said, you put it together and it's fabulous, but then when you go to decorate it, it's a little difficult. So what I think I'm going to use is this. This is going to go for a little scrappy friend of mine. And I think I'm going to decorate it instead of doing Christmas or fall or something like that. I thought I would do it with this doodle bug. Cute and crafty. And is this not cute and crafty? Look at these colors. I mean, that just makes you happy. Makes me happy. Look at that. I mean, come on. And these little cut aparts there. And there's sewing and pictures and jars, paper clips, markers. Oh, all kinds of stuff. Look at, I mean, just happy colors. So anyway, I think this is what I'm going to use, and it would be easy if I need just a solid color that I can use. But yeah, I may be pretty good on all of this. All right, so let me mat all this stuff, and then I will be back and show you the finished product. Okie doke, guys. I told you I was going to be back and have this all put together, but I thought of something that I really wanted to pass along. When I'm making journals of any kind, whether it's albums like this or, the books, junk journals, things like that, what I always like to do, and especially with albums like this, is, you know how you pick out your paper and you put it down and all that? Well, when you have stuff like this, I think it's always best to lay everything out before you glue it down. Because I know with me, excuse me, what's happened is, I'll start gluing stuff down as I go, and then I get here and think, oh, I used the same pattern here as I did here. Well, you can't change it because it's already glued down. Excuse me. So what I do is I go through, I make the album, and then I go through and I paper clip my decorative paper onto everything, and then that way when I choose everything, I go through and then I do a final flip through, and if I like how it all looks and it goes together, then I start gluing everything down. So that's what I've done here. So I decided on the cover for sure. Okay, so this is what the cover is going to be, and then I'm going to decorate it with, let me see. Oh, another thing was how a lot of your pads will have two of everything. So I go through and tear them all out, and instead of having, these two right here, I go ahead and flip one over if it's double-sided, so that way you can see all the patterns. Okay, and then you can kind of fan them out and see what you want to put with what. Excuse me, just drank something cold and now my throat's kind of icky. So I'm going to decorate the front with some of these cut aparts. I haven't decided just exactly what I'm going to do, but I'm going to decorate the front, like I said, with some of these. And we'll see how that comes along. But this is going to be the front. So this is what it looks like. Okay. So we'll have to do the sides and the back, but I just want to make sure we do, the front just how I want it. So then when you open it up, excuse me, let me flip to this side. So this is what I want to do on this area. Okay, so I have my orange mat and this pattern. Okay, and then this pocket here, I wanted to have this. Okay, because I didn't want anything crazy wild on this side because that'll clash, I think. Okay. So this way, like I said, you can lay it out and see what you want. And then I also have the cut aparts, the strips, and I'll use these to decorate, you know, some of the pages that I think are kind of plain. So there's one page, and then this is the other side where we had that pocket. Okay, and then this is going to be on the, whoops. So this is going to be this page. This is going to be the next page. Okay, I have the pink, and then this matting it. Okay, whoops. And then this is my next page. Okay, let me open this up. So this is my middle, and this is that pocket. Okay, I went ahead and decorated this because I knew that's what I wanted to do. I just have to add a strip of something up here, and then I'll hide the spine parts. I'll put something on there also to kind of zhuzh it up a little bit. So now we have our other side. So here's this page. Flip it over, there's this page. Okay, and then something I forgot, because I was going and just enjoying all the colors and, you know, the patterns and everything. In the middle, we were supposed to have 4 flaps that are waterfalls. Well, with this, because this is, you know, uneven and I don't want this covered up, my waterfall can't go here. So there's no mistakes in crafting, right? Right. So I just added them somewhere else. So here's the next page. And what I thought I would do on this one, let me scoot this over a little bit. So this page, and I like the pink and the white, so I'm not going to add another border. So here are 2 of my flaps, part of my waterfall, because there's a total of 4 of these. So I thought I would add them right here, one on this side and one on this side. And I will, of course, line them up and then tuck them under that pink. Okay, and then we'll add some embellishments or something, or I may just leave it blank, or a little strip of something here, so that way the recipient could add pictures to this. So there's that page. Okay, so then the next page, turn this over. This is there's another pocket right here, so this is what I want to use. And then we had this pocket that was supposed to go somewhere else, and I changed it up. And that's what's nice about these, is, you know, you can follow the instructions just to the T. And I advise doing that on your very first one, just so, you know, things will make sense. Your measurements and you know, your trimming and all that stuff. So it'll make sense. And then, you know, maybe get a couple more and then start mixing it up if you want to. But always, my advice is always to paper clip everything down before you glue it down, just so you can see, you know, if everything matches and everything is where you want it. Okay. So then this is this back. Okay. This is the back side of the front part. And this is where, remember, we're supposed to have 2 pockets. So we're going to have one here. And then this one that we have to trim down that's going to fit inside. So we'll have a double pocket. So I think I'm going to go ahead and do that here. And then this is also supposed to have this flap that's going to cover most everything. Okay. And I think I'm going to go ahead and put that there too. That's where it's supposed to be. So I still have to pick out colors or patterns for this. But anyway, I just wanted to, sorry about that. My daughter had to come in and tell me something. So anyway, and I may, after I, you know, cut out all my patterns, all my papers, and have it, you know, everything paper clip down, I may go through and see where I can add some more flips, you know, just on my own that didn't come with with the kit, and which, you know, you can totally do because you have the measurements, or you can go ahead and measure it, and you know what this size is, and then just add a 1/2 inch, because that's where you're going to score, you know, your 1/2 inch flap there to go under to make your flap. So anyway, you know, I've told a lot of people that at the store, because I make all the books and stuff there for samples. Excuse me. And that's one thing that I always tell them. You know, even if you're experienced, I think you should paper clip everything down and make sure that's where you want it. Because I've already changed this a little bit, you know, with the patterns. Because again, you know, you don't want something like this because that's just too wild, and you know, it's just, there's just too much there. So anyway, again, no mistakes in crafting. You just, back up and punt a little bit, and all is good. And you hear Rory out there barking. I don't know if she sees something, so she's a big dog. All right. Well, I wanted to show you that first while I have everything out here. And anyway, so yeah, I'm going to finish picking out my paper now for these little bits and pieces, and paper clip everything together, one last look, and then I'll go through and start gluing everything down, and I'll be back to show you. Okie doke. All right. Well, sorry for the voice. Woke up this morning and I don't know, something got a hold of me, and I've been sneezing and the whole 9 yards. So I even thought after, a good hot shower, I'd feel better. I would sound better, but not so much. So anyway, I have to make this video, finish this up because it's going to the recipient this evening. So anyway, I want to do a quick flip through for you. So this is what it looks like. There's the spines. Let me see if I can back up a little bit here. See if that'll help some. There we go. And this is a belly band, okay, that I've still got to put Velcro on, okay, so they can either take it off like that or slip it off, okay. And let me see if we've got it here. Let me scooch up just a little bit. Sorry for all my mess. I haven't even cleaned up yet. All right, so on this side, and like I said, I didn't do a lot of embellishments because I have an envelope with goodies for her, actually right here, full of goodies for her to embellish when she puts her pictures. All right, open up this side. So this folds down, okay, and then it folds back up like this. And there's magnets there. And there's a little pocket here, and I just left that blank so she could add journaling or a picture with a little tab, okay. And there's a little pocket here. And I went ahead and decorated the spine a little bit. I didn't like just that white there, so I put something there. And then that page, and again, put some pretties there. And then to the other side, whoop, we have this little area, and this flips up, okay, and this is a pocket, and this is a pocket, and again, that's closed with a magnet. And then there's a little tuck spot, and a pocket, again with a tab and a blank card there so they can add journaling or a picture. And then the spine on the inside there. And then this opens up. Let me see if I can scoot this over a little bit. This opens up. Again, closed with the magnets. And then this page. Again, embellished it there. And then this one. And then this opens up like this. And I scoot this over. And then this one opens up like that. So I did do a little embellishment, but not a whole lot. She could easily put pictures over it. And then this one opens up. This was a lot of fun. Like I said, I added a lot of this to, myself. But I used the kit for the base part. And then this just folds up. Oh, and then the middle. I guess I showed you the middle. And then there is a tuck spot there, or pocket, I should say. And then that's all dimensional, you can tell. And then it just folds back up like this. And then there's the spine, the back, and the other spine. And then again, this just either Velcros on or just slips off. And this is it. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like I said, if you want to get your feet wet and see if you like making albums, get one of these photo play folios. There's all kinds out there. and make you one or two and see if you like it, and then jump in and have fun. So until next time, bye for now.